You love us better.
I need to know what to do. I can manage the shakes. I can make a shake.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm happy that I'm bumped up into the second level of, the calorie thing here. I'm in the second level, which means I get more containers.
Yay, more food.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm happy.
That's awesome.
So,
That's good that you figured that part out.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you do that yet, Edie?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I know when I first was figuring mine out, and they put me at the 1200 calorie one, and I was like, I want more food. So how can I get more food? So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just like exercise a little bit more, and then I'll be able to have like another snack or whatever during the day. So sometimes I'll do that.
So it's like Weight Watchers, how they do theirs. You can exercise for extra points. We can exercise for extra containers.
Yeah, like in the book, in the nutrition book, it actually talks about if you double up workout days, like if you wanted to do two like the cardio and then like a weight, like if you wanted to do two programs that day, then you can. You just want to make sure that you're feeling okay. So you're going to gauge how your body feels.
Okay.
Like
now I had read you weren't supposed to double up on working out. So
like I encourage people not to.
Okay.
Because
I like that attitude.
Yeah, well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Only because the plan, the way that it's set up, is we're doing something every single day for 30 minutes, and so that's how the plan, advertised to the public is, it's 30 minutes a day, and then don't overtrain, and that kind of thing. But I still get some ladies that come into the group and they're just like, I'm doing two. I'm still going to work out 7 days. I might add in like my yoga class or, I'm like, okay, if you're okay with that, that's fine. It's not something we recommend, but
Okay.
So that part, you'll just have to listen to your body.
So I do have a question about, coffee.
Okay.
So no creamer. Is this, like, I like the, the flavored creamer, like Coffee Mate, like just say vanilla Coffee Mate.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to the creamer.
Okay, that's fine. I've been doing tea this week.
Yeah.
With a Splenda, the sativa. No, not sativa.
Stevia?
What?
Is it stevia?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Now, the preferred, because with clean eating, which we're going to go over more in our group too as we, learn as we go, clean eating, part of what really helped me to get this under, like, my understanding is to get your food as close to the natural source as you can without any being processed or hormones or, those kinds of things. And so for sugar replacement, unfortunately, Splenda, which I used to use all the time, I found out that it's so overly processed that it actually does a lot of damage inside your organs and things. And so stevia leaf, it actually comes from a plant. And so that's the preferred sweetener. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so when you go to the grocery store, like I shop at Albertsons, I know some of you guys shop at Vons or even Trader Joe's. I know they have a lot of stevia things in there too. But for coffee, they actually have a liquid form that you can just squirt. They also have the little packets of stevia. So I get the one that's called see, it's organic, and it's called raw stevia, and it's little green packets. So, like, if I know I'm going to go to Starbucks, I actually pack a lot of those little packets, and I just leave them in my purse all the time. So that way, when I go to Starbucks, like if I get invited from a friend, or if I'm just craving it or something, I'll just get a plain coffee, and then I'll have my stevia, and then I might get like fat-free milk, which if you get a tall, skinny latte, those are 100 calories. And that's not too bad. So, I mean, if you're really, really jonesing for a Starbucks, the best thing to do is just to get a tall, because then you won't have to worry about getting too many calories.
Okay.
So hopefully that helps. So coffee's totally fine, though. We don't have to take it out of our diet. It actually is good because it can fill you up. It can, so there are some good benefits, to it. It has some antioxidants. The only thing you want to be careful with is how much of it during the day you're drinking, because it can dehydrate you. So what we recommend is maybe 1-2 cups a day if you want to do 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, or something like that. And then for the rest of the time, maybe do hot tea, and then of course a lot of water. You're going to be drinking a lot of water.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to go over a couple of things, and if you have any questions while I'm going over these, write them down, and then I'll have a Q&A at the end. So then I'll be able to answer everybody's questions. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit about my background with Beachbody, just so that you understand like why I'm even doing this. So I started off, hi Julie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I love your motorcycle.
Thank you.
Okay, so I just mentioned that we're going to have Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, if you, like, as I'm talking, just write them down, and then we'll do a Q&A part at the end.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go over real briefly my background with Beachbody, just so you guys understand how it is I even became a coach. So basically back in 2008, I was at my highest weight of 235 pounds. I'm only 5'3", like barely 5'3". I have 3 boys. At the time, my youngest son was about a year old, I want to say. And I had tried every single diet that you can imagine. I mean, seriously. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, Suzanne Summers, because I love her and her clothes. And I'm like, I want to try that. Sugar-free, no carbs, I don't know. I just like did it all. And I swear, every time that I tried something, it was okay for like the first couple of weeks, but it just didn't really fit into my lifestyle of being a mom and having to cook meals for my kids, pleasing my husband. I mean, and I either got sick of the food or whatever, and so it generally would only go for a couple of weeks. I would stop. And then I found that each time I stopped and started something new, it really screwed up with my metabolism. And each time I felt like I was getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And my sugar levels, like I developed hypoglycemia. I mean, it was awful, you guys. I hated it. And so my first experience with Beachbody was I was watching TV. I literally had this big bowl of ice cream and cake I would like binge on all the time. That was like my binge thing, cookies and ice cream or cake and ice cream. And I was sitting in front of the TV watching a movie with the family, just like we always did every Friday night. And this commercial, the infomercial came up for Turbo Jam, which is one of the older programs with Chalene Johnson. And I saw her like excitement and her dancing and her energy. And I'm like, ugh. That reminds me of my dance team days. I want that energy back. I want how I used to feel when I was younger before I had kids. And I just had so much confidence. Mm-hmm. And I didn't fear going outside and people staring at me and judging me. And I just, I hated what I let myself get to. So I bought the program, got it home, and I just fell in love with the program. Didn't really care about Beachbody. I just loved the program. and fell in love with Shalene and how positive she was and how she just inspired me to keep going. So I completed that program. I got hooked. The next time I saw an infomercial, I bought the next program and the next. So this basically went on, for years. Over the course of the years, as I was losing weight with these fitness programs, my friends and family were like, what the heck are you doing? I would tell them, and I would say, I got on Beachbody, go get it, and not even knowing about the coaching. I didn't know about it because when I bought my programs, apparently you get set up with a coach, but I never knew about it because no one ever reached out to me to say thank you for your purchase or whatever, So I had a coach, but she wasn't available to me. So in June of this last year, I had already lost my 100 pounds already. But the year before, so I guess that was November or December of 2013, I started putting on weight again. I was had lost the weight, but it was like it didn't fill the need that I thought it was going to do. It was all about the outside appearance at that point and how I wanted to be accepted with these really pretty girls that I was in town with. They were really about the outward appearance. And so when I got to that point and I still was feeling like I wasn't accepted or wasn't accepting of myself, I started filling myself up again with food, thinking that was the problem, or I don't know what the problem was. It was in my head. So I started putting on pounds, and I got probably 25. I think I put maybe 25 back on. And by that time, I had already been following my coach on her like page on Facebook. And I'm like, what's this chick about? She's always positive. She's always exercising. She's always posting about these amazing, recipes that she's eating and whatever. And so I literally fell in love with her on the computer, never had met her in person. I reached out to her and said, hey, I saw this T25 thing on the TV. I think I want that to be my next program. Can you tell me about it? She's like, found out that I already had a Beachbody experience. And she's like, why aren't you a coach? And I'm like, what does that even mean? What are you talking about? So she went over the coaching opportunity, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is what I've been looking for, because I love helping people already. Over the years, I would share my experience, and people were into it, and they wanted, my help. I would bring them over to my house, and we would work out together to the DVDs, but I didn't know anything about the coaching thing. So she was the one that introduced it to me just this last June. So I literally have only been a coach since June. But because I have an experience and I love, 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 love our products, and I love what they've done for me, it makes it easy for me to then share with, people on social media. So that's my background with Beachbody. And so now, the last several months, I have met so many new faces online through group pages. It's funny, Sarah, you'll probably get this because we live in Lompoc, but I was at church the other day, and we go to the Foursquare church. We just started going there a couple months ago.
Oh, you'll love it, yeah.
I was at church, okay, just doing my thing. I was worshiping the Lord, and we get out of church, and I'm walking with my family, and this lady runs up to me and it's like, Heather, I know you from Facebook. And I'm like, what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yep. Yeah, that's Lompoc, and that's Foursquare for you. Yeah.
So anyway, that is my background with Beachbody. And so now what I just love, I literally break down in tears every single time that someone comes back to me that's been in my group. And if they've even lost 5 pounds, I'm there with them because I remember that, and I'm just crying, and I'm like, thank you, God, that I'm even able to help these people, and so it's become the biggest passion for me to help other people. And so I'm here for you guys. You're in the beginning of your journeys. You're probably scared. You're probably nervous. You don't feel like you know what you're doing. You might be questioning, can I do this? Can I stay committed? Those are all valid questions, valid emotions. We all feel those, especially when you're a perfectionist like me and you want everything to work out. So just know that I understand those emotions. We're probably all feeling them. They're very normal. But as your coach, I will not let you fall off the face of the planet, whatever. I will be there to coach you along the way. Okay. So if you're having a bad day or you fall off the wagon, you eat something you feel like you shouldn't, don't leave the group. Okay. Don't leave the group. Stay in the group, because those are the times when you are going to find the most amount of support, So, and then you'll be that for that person. If someone else is having a bad day, you'll be like, hey girl, I was just there a couple of days ago. I totally get it. So it ends up becoming this big support group, and we all become like the closest friends. It's so amazing. We feel like family towards the end. It's really cool. So, all right, so a couple of things that you guys will need to have done by Monday. Most of you guys, I think, have done this, but you're going to weigh yourself. I always recommend weighing yourself when you first get up in the morning. Pee and poo, okay? Don't drink water. Don't eat anything yet. You want to be at your lowest that you can get. And then weigh yourself. In your nutrition guide, there is a spot for you to record your beginning weight and measurements. So you can actually put it in there. So you have a way to track it. You're also going to post it in our group, because that's part of the accountability. Okay? So you're going to post your weight, your measurements, and then you're also going to post your before photos. Okay? Now, one thing that I want to mention to you guys about all this personal information about yourself, the group itself is set up. I actually have where it's public, private, or secret. So there's 3 options when you start a group. I put it on secret, which means nobody outside of our group is ever, ever, ever going to see anything except us. All right? So you won't have to worry about, when your pictures go into the group. Now, it might show up on your news feed, because and that only means that you're part of that group, and Facebook has it set up that when you're a part of a group, you're going to see things come up in your news feed. But that does not mean that it's going to go to anyone else's news feed. Okay, so don't freak out when you start putting your information in. Oh my God, everyone's seen my photo! You guys don't have to feel like that, okay? So I just wanted to encourage you with that. Okay, so let's go over the meal plan, which is this one that I posted online. Okay, now what I tried to do is I tried to color code it, because when you start doing the 21-day fixed meal plan, everything is color-coded with the containers. So I wanted you guys to start seeing color so that you would get the color. So probably by the time the end of this week happens, by the time most of us will have our challenge packs and we'll actually have the containers, you'll be like, oh, no problem. I'll get a red. I'll get a yellow. You'll be like understanding it already. So does everyone have the meal plan printed, or at least in front of them?
I don't have my printer does not print in color, and no, I don't.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure that everybody could read the yellow, because I printed it. It kind of came out really light. So I just wanted to name off a couple of things that you might have a hard time reading. So this is what we'll do. On your notes right now, you'll just put day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, and I'll just tell you what the yellows are so you'll know what those say. Okay? So on day 1, when you go to make your Shakeology, that actually says half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. And then for the snack, when it says, like the yellow there, it says 1 piece of Ezekiel bread. Now, Ezekiel bread, if you've never purchased it before, most of the time it's in the freezer section. If you don't like Ezekiel bread, if you hate it, if you think it's just nasty, What you can do in place of that is wheat. Just make sure it's 100% whole wheat or whole grain. So make sure you look for those words on the package. Let's see, further down. Okay, so that's all the yellow on day one. Edie, did you print this or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so is everything else readable? I think it's just the yellow, right, that is kind of hard.
Yeah, and some of it is again, day 2 and 3 is the same almond milk.
Yeah.
Whole wheat. Yeah.
Day 2 at the very bottom for dinner, it says sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't like sweet potato, you can also do yam, or you could do a small red potato is okay, or you can do half of a regular, what do you call those, russet, I think, or any of those kind of potatoes. So when you see sweet potato, normally those are like the bigger ones, right? So what you're going to do is not eat the whole thing. You'll actually cut it in half. So a serving size for sweet potato, russet, and yam, since those tend to be bigger, are a half of the potato. If you tend to get the red potato, those are small enough where you can eat the whole thing. Okay. Day 3, same thing. That's a half a cup of unsweetened almond milk for the shake. And then again, it's a Ezekiel bread. Let's see. Day 4, under the snack for the yellow, is whole wheat tortilla. And then for dinner on that same day, it says sweet potato. Julie, did you have a question? Are you okay?
I'm fine, but since you're going to ask, the whole wheat tortilla, is that what we can use on the chicken recipe you posted earlier on the website for Super Bowl?
Yes. You can also use another, for a serving for tortillas, it's either 1 whole wheat tortilla, or you can do 2 small 6-inch corn tortillas. Those really small ones.
Uh-huh.
So the small corn tortillas are also clean eating. So you can opt to do that as well.
Okay. Would that be like a street tortilla? Isn't that what they call street tacos?
I think so. When you make the street tacos, it is the smaller one. So yeah, that would be the size.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then on day 5, let's see. Again, it says Ezekiel bread. At the bottom for dinner, it says brown rice. That would be half a cup of rice. So anytime you guys see rice, it's going to be half a cup. Now, once you guys get your containers, this is going to make more sense because you'll just put the rice or whatever you're going to have for the day into those containers. But you'll notice once you put them into the container and you dump it back out, it actually equals a half a cup. So it kind of works itself out. If you don't like brown rice, you can substitute. You can do wild rice. Let's see, what's another one? Jasmine rice is also considered clean eating. So if you just have to have like a white color, jasmine rice is is the one that you'll want to get. And that's actually one of my favorites. I like jasmine, and then I also like the wild rice. Okay, let's see. Day 6. It's okay. Day 6, it looks like it's the same thing. For dinner, it's a tortilla. Let's see. On day 7, for the snack, it says oatmeal rolled oats. Again, that's going to be a half a cup. And it doesn't really matter if it's quick oats or if it's, what's the other one called?
Steel cut?
Old-fashioned or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what kind of oats. So whatever tickles your fancy, you can pick. So this meal plan will take you through the first week, okay? when you get your package in the mail, which I know a couple of you guys have yours already, inside the nutrition book, you're actually going to see lists of all the food that is acceptable on the 21-day fix. So you will be able to create your own meals from that list. So I actually can even go into my own cookbooks that I have at home that have nothing to do with clean eating, okay? And now that I understand what clean eating is and, you know, how to switch things out, like if it's a chicken meal and it calls for rice, I just know to use the jasmine rice, and I know to take the skin off the chicken and, you know, those kind of things. So you don't really feel like you have to be confined to having the same thing all the time, so you're not getting bored. What's really nice is that the 21-day fix and clean eating in general is family friendly. So if your kid wants macaroni and cheese, you can actually make macaroni and cheese. You just have to buy whole grain or brown rice pasta. So that's also clean eating. So if you want to, yeah, it's just a matter of mixing up, change out the pasta, okay? Because white is processed heavily. So you want to make sure that you're avoiding white rice, white pasta, white sugar, those kind of things. So it might sound like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot. I see Sarah's eyeballs.
You know, it's just,
Trust me, it's
all right. I'll get used to it.
Yeah,
I'll get used to it.
And you know what, Sarah?
What?
You're gonna end up having smile lines.
I know, girl.
Because
I
you know
know.
why? You're gonna feel so good. Clean eating makes you feel so energetic and not weighed down. I mean, literally, you guys, you're gonna end up feeling like your teenage version of yourself. That's how I feel now. Like that kind of energy, though, that's like that natural high, that natural energy.
Oh boy! Hey, look at that!
Oh my gosh!
Sorry.
I know. Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
She wanted to see who I was talking to.
I don't blame her.
That's so funny. Okay.
All right.
All right. So that's it with the food for now. We'll go over more food as we, start. Okay. Then the next thing I wanted to go over is the 21-day challenge, which I posted inside our group.
Mm-hmm.
You guys see that?
Yes.
It was a piece of it's a piece of paper, but I put it out. That is going to be the daily things that are going to earn you a big prize from me, okay? So that's where the fun comes in to this group. So not only is it going to be work on your end, but as you're losing weight and participating in the challenges every day, okay, I have to finish this in 10 minutes, otherwise it's going to cost me $10. Okay. All right, so I'll make this fast. So make sure that every day you're going to check in to the group. You're going to go and look at that 21-day challenge, and you're going to say, okay, so like number 1 is day 1. So when you go on Monday, you're just going to do what day 1 says. Then the next day you'll do day 2, okay? So as long as you're doing those things every day, then you'll get points to go towards the prize that I will reward one of you guys at the end of 21 days. Now, I did also include that if you want extra points, and you can get extra points by doing the challenge and also posting it to your personal news feed. That's not like you have to, only if you feel comfortable and you want extra points, and maybe you want to encourage somebody else, to start on their own healthy journey. Okay. So that's the 21-day challenge. The next thing I want to go over is the importance of staying involved in the group and participating every day. So with the challenge pack that you guys purchase, you also get me as a free coach. You're going to have me forever, but the intensive that we're in is going to be for 60 days. So you can actually go through the 21-day fix and do 3 rounds if you want to. If you feel like you haven't gotten to your goal weights yet, you can actually keep going and start over again and maybe just go harder, you know, next time in the fitness or something. But make sure that you stay involved in the group. You check in with your nutrition every day. You participate in the challenges. You let me know if you have any issues with Shakeology, with the food, if you have questions. Anything like that is considered involvement. Of course, I'm always going to be there for you guys through private message too. So if you maybe have an issue that you don't want to post inside the group, then you can always private message me. But you will like have a higher success rate with your goals if you're staying connected to the group. Because if you start feeling like I'm 2 weeks in, I feel like I got a handle on this, I'm going to opt out of the group and do it on my own, okay? We're just like that. Women are like that. I'm just saying right now, we are. We think we can conquer the world, which part of it we can, okay? But with something like this and something that we've been struggling with for a long time, weight, maybe not having confidence, whatever it is, I'm telling you right now, you will have a higher success rate staying connected to the group. So I want to encourage you guys, if you start feeling like you want to disconnect, don't, okay? Still be involved, and I promise you, you will have higher success rate. Okay, so I'm done with what I want to say. So if anyone has any questions, we have 6 minutes, and I can answer as many as I can. And other questions outside of the 6 minutes, we can just maybe go back to the group chats, and then I can answer them inside there.
All right.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I already did 1 and 2. Do I got to do them again on day 1 and 2 to get the points?
No.
Okay.
No, just give yourself the points. And it's going to be on an honor system. So,
so I got to keep track?
Yeah. So you guys are going to keep track. It's going to be on an honor system.
Right.
Of course, if you tell me at the end, I have 70 points and I haven't seen you post anything, I'm going to be like, I don't think you have 70 points.
All right.
Kind of see, you know, like if you guys are actually earning points because you're going to be doing what the challenge says to do.
Okay. Shakes. What does greenberry taste like? What should I?
Is that the one that you have, greenberry?
I have chocolate and greenberry.
Okay, so chocolates and vanilla are like my favorite ones,
Yeah.
but greenberry, that actually tastes kind of like Fruity Pebbles. That's like the only way that I know how to describe it. It does have a green tea also flavor, so it's really good, okay? So don't be freaked out about it.
Okay.
Now, if you try the greenberry, and let's say you don't like it, you know, you finish out your 30 days, and then you go to, you know, reorder your second month's worth. If you decide you don't like greenberry, you can actually call customer service and just say, I only want chocolate, I only want vanilla, you know, so you can modify your flavor whenever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Edie, Julie, do you guys have any questions?
I'm going to be signing off to go to work, but
Okay.
I just want whatever anybody might private message you on, it might be nice to put it on the forum, even if you're worried about it, because it might be an insecurity or an obstacle that one of us is dealing with,
Yes.
and we don't know to come forward and talk about it.
Yes, I love that you said that. That's why I encourage people to post those things in the group, because, I mean, God made all of us. We might have different personalities, but we still have the same emotional stuff going on.
Right.
A lot of times we might all be feeling the same thing, but it just takes that one person to say it, you know?
Right.
You are awesome. I'm so happy you said that.
Right. And we got to look at it. We're in a family now.
Yes.
We're in a new branch of a family.
Yes.
And so we just have to be there for each other.
Yep. Totally. I love it that you said that. All right. Well, if you're going to log off, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a good work day.
I will. Everybody take care. Enjoy your
Bye, Julie.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. I still see Veronica.
Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Who's it?
This is Heather. I actually signed on from my phone, so I can't see anybody, but I just wanted to let you know I am here.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hi,
How
Heather.
are you?
We're good. So we have like 3 minutes left before Zoom charges me $10.
I've actually, Yeah, I've actually heard everything. I just didn't want to be rude and interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. Did you have any questions while we're on?
Just if, when we're measuring like the rice and stuff, is that before or after it's cooked?
After.
What?
Okay, that's
After?
what I thought.
Yeah.
Ah, sorry.
You guys, we get to eat a lot of food on this plan. You're going to be like, I get to eat that. I get to have that. It's, yeah. People flip out. They think,
All right.
yeah.
Thanks for asking, Heather.
You're welcome. Sorry.
You're going to need it, Sarah. You're going to need all these calories that they're telling you to eat because
I needed the extra ones, whatever.
No,
All right.
you do. Because otherwise your body sometimes will think it's in starvation mode and it will hold on to fat. So you want to actually make sure that you're eating all the calories that the nutrition guide, when you did the calculator, trust it, okay? Trust the process.
I do. Yeah.
Now, if you see that you're not losing weight after like 2 weeks, maybe, then you might want to maybe cut back on like 100 or 200 calories and see if that makes a difference. But in the beginning, you want to make sure that you are following what the guide says to do.
Okay.
That was a good question, Heather. Thanks for asking that. Does anyone else have anything?
No, I don't think so.
All right. I see Veronica on there. She must be on the phone too, I guess.
I'm not sure what I did.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I'm
can actually tell that you're talking because your square lights up, but I can't see like your face. So maybe next time we do this, I'll be able to see your face.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
I don't. I don't. And you've been very, very helpful along the way so far. So I know if I need something, I can just reach out to you. So I think I'm good. I'm going to actually go home and prepare my meal for the week so I can do my grocery shopping.
Yeah, that's actually a good point that you brought up. I do recommend that you guys shop for your food today or tomorrow. If you do work outside the home, definitely meal prep your food and get it into containers so you don't have any excuse to not be successful. So just take everything with you, all your snacks and everything, so you're not getting hungry at work. All right? All right, you guys, so I'm going to log off because it's saying less than a minute.
All right.
So, thank you guys so much for coming
Thanks, guys.
and we'll chat some more before we start on Monday, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hugs, hugs, hugs.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.